All right, little playoff page now, folks. We got game one tonight between OKC and Minnesota, and we got the line continuing to move. OKC was as high as 8.5. They were 7.5 this morning. I'm looking at BetMGM right now, folks. We're down to 6.5, and the total is 217.5. So money is coming in on the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that's the side that I like, and it makes a lot of sense. In the last 2 years, Minnesota is 10-3 on the road in the NBA playoffs. We've talked about it a ton on this show, man. There's really no team I would rather back on the road, especially getting points over 2 possessions, than the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's also a great spot for them. You look for these spots in the NBA. Team coming off Game 7 versus a team that's well-rested, and the well-rested team is going on the road, normally a great spot. Minnesota fell victim to this last year when they played Denver in a Game 7. Then they came home to face Dallas in the Western Conference Final, and Dallas ended up winning that Game 1 on the road. I think there's a chance Minnesota could win tonight, but I certainly love them plus the points. I think 6.5 is a good bet. If we go to 5.5, which I don't think we will, I'd probably lay off. But I think 6.5, this is probably the sell point right here. I like the Wolves plus the points. I think this is going to be a close game. Certainly think they can win it outright as well. As for player props, I think game 1 to bet player props in the NBA is pretty tough, right? Just because this is the feel-out game. We haven't seen these teams play in the postseason yet with these 2 core groups. We did not get this matchup last year. We know how terrific of a defensive team Oklahoma City is, Minnesota as well. Since March 1st, these are the 2 best teams in the NBA record-wise. Nobody has won more games since the beginning of March than these 2 teams. So they're arguably the 2 best teams in the NBA the last couple months. They're playing terrific basketball. Minnesota, we know, made it to the Western Conference Final last season. So this is going to be a heck of a game. And matchups are going to be so important in a series like this. So with the playoffs that Julius Randle has had so far, Anthony Edwards has played terrific. I just kind of want to sit back. I want to wait and see what these teams kind of look like, what the game plans are against one another. I think maybe the bet that I would attack is Julius Randle under 19.5 points, right? Oklahoma City's defense is terrific. Randle has been awesome so far this postseason, but the Thunder have different guys, different bodies that they can put on him and make life difficult. So at plus 100, under 19.5, I think if I were to bet a prop tonight, it would be Julius Randle under points. Also, look at some Anthony Edwards turnover props. As we know, there's nobody that forces steals and forces turnovers like the Oklahoma City Thunder. Edwards should play close to 40 minutes in all these games. Going to have the ball in his hands a lot, with a lot of great defenders on him, whether it's Caruso or Dort or Jalen Williams, whatever it may be. A lot of attention, obviously, on Edwards. So if that turnover prop's like 2.5, 3.5, I would still look at going over there for Anthony Edwards. And then a series-long prop that I like. I like OKC to win this series in 6 games. I think that's worth a bet, 4-1, OKC 4-2. But Naz Reid at BetMGM, there's a special for Naz Reid to hit a 3-pointer in every game in this series. I like that, especially at the price, plus 140. Naz has been up and down this postseason. He was up and down in that series against Golden State. If Minnesota, though, is going to send this series to 6 or 7 games, if they have any chance at winning this series, they're going to need 6th man of the year, Naz Reid. They're going to need his scoring and his shooting off the bench. So plus 140, just need 1 3-pointer every night from Naz Reid. Think that is worth a look as well. Then let's look over at the NHL. We got the Stars and the Oilers. They have game 1 of their series tomorrow night. This is going to be an awesome series. Probably going to be 6 or 7 games. Rematch of the Western Conference Final from last season. But I think the Stars are going to come out victorious this time around. Dallas, I thought the Kings were going to make it to the Stanley Cup Final out of the West. Once the Oilers knocked them out, the Stars got past Colorado. Dallas was the team that I was looking at to advance out of the West, and I have not changed my mind at all. Dallas has been a terrific home team so far in this postseason. They have home ice in this series. It's going to be a back-and-forth series that, again, I think goes 6 or 7 games. I think Edmonton, though, is a little worse this year than they were last year, while I think Dallas is a little better this year than they were last year. So I'll take Dallas minus plus 100 to win the series. I'll also take them in game 1 tomorrow night at minus 125. As the game 1 that we do have tonight between the Canes and the Panthers, couple of bets that I'm looking at. I like the under in the first period and the full game. First period under is 1.5 at -140. Full game under is 5.5 at -125. Think about the first 3 games of the Hurricanes and Capitals series. They were all scoreless in the first period. That's what Carolina does to you. And after Florida was coming off a long, grueling 7-game series against the Leafs, they got 2 terrific defensive teams that both want to wear you down. I think we get a slow start tonight, both full game and in the first period, so I like both of those unders. And I like the Canes at home tonight. I'd lay the -125. Till Carolina loses at home, I'm not going to bet against them. They're just really, really good on home ice. So give me the Canes -125.